Good day, guys. Hope we are good. So I'm just going to do a quick analysis on C1, C5, CB5, and B1. Okay, so starting with C1, we can see it's bullish, right? We're just going to look at the basics and try to simplify everything and come up with our points of interest. So from the left-hand side here, just looking at the immediate price action. Okay, let me just zoom it in a bit. Just looking at the immediate price action, you can see that we've been pushing up back to these highs here. I think we took them out. I'll check just now. But overall, we've been in an uptrend. So I remember we were selling the retracements in this up move. So remember, on the crash, we only sell. On the booms, we only buy. That's my personal preference. So here we're currently pushing up. We might get a reaction right there with a double top. TDI will be looking for a confirmation, maybe a hit of the 68 level on H4 before we consider selling. So there is a potential that we're coming up here. So I'm going to mark that level there. That's my point of interest. Okay, this is based on H4, right? But at the same time, okay, I was just checking if this liquidity was taken. Yes, it was. So, okay. At the same time, price can still come right to the high on 66.60, but the current point of interest is 66.50. Okay, so we drop down H3. Same point of interest. There is the uptrend. We're playing around this zone here. Around this zone here. So let's see what they do here. So I'll be anticipating a possible spikes, not like a big sell as we say, since we're still in an uptrend, until maybe we break this area and come back below here. That's when the trend might change. But for now, we're just looking for quick scalps. So H3, H2. Same. So you can see on all the higher time frames, I have the same point of interest there. Let's look at H1. Same point of interest again. We have, okay, I've got something which I like to see here. If you see here, I've got a higher high. TDI, I've got equal levels, right? Then potentially we could create like a shark fin type here to confirm a sell here. And when we sell there, this will be the first TP, and we'll potentially look for price to run towards the 50 EMA. If we eventually break this level here, if price does something like this, that's when we'll start anticipating like a reversal to the whole up move, which has been happening. So for now, that's my current view. Point of interest right here within this whole candle here. So let me just do it like this. Okay. So that's a whole point of interest area there. So dropping down to M15, we're still trading above the yellow baseline, so we are still bullish, right? We are still bullish. But if you notice here on this sell signal here, we had a breaker block here, which was not retested, right? Price didn't come back into it. So our point of interest will actually start somewhere in here. So usually we like to wait for a confirmation, especially if we're trading against the trend. So we want to get some familiar candlestick patterns right here for us to actually sell. So for now, it's just a point of interest from 66.37 to 66.60. So it's about 23 pips point of interest zone. So this is the breaker block. All right. So if we set a peak again, we also want to see today's breaker block being broken for it to be a high probability sell if it does play out that way. But otherwise, price can still continue bullish, but we'll try to sell the intraday reversal. For example, like yesterday, we were pushing up, then we had a peak here and a breaker here, a sell here, the TP here, quick scalp trade. We're anticipating a retest here, but they didn't get there, so we didn't have quite a clean setup here, although it still played out. So that's it on C1. We've marked our point of interest. I'll go to H1 and wait for price action there. Right, C5, I've been wanting to sell. You can see there's a lot of action going on here. Since here, they extended the high, dropped, failed to take this out, came up, failed to take this out. So let me clear everything out. Okay. All right, so we agree that we've got a range in market. Just a moment. Yep, yes, sir, I'm coming. Okay, just hold. I'll be back just now. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. All right, so we've got a ranging market here, the bottom side, top side. I've been looking for sales though, reason being, overall we're trading below the 50 level, the 50 EMA, trading below the 50 static. So generally it's a downtrend, but currently it's a range. So I've been skeptical to sell in here because price can still come up, right? But these are the levels we should just work with for now. So that's H4, H3. Okay, same view there. They can still come outside the range, maybe to retest these areas here before we get a sell. That's also possible. Okay, so C5, you can see for now, I don't really have anything clear unless price action inside this candle here shows me something that they want to come down, then I might consider sales. So from here to here, that's about 27, 33 pips. So this is a scalp worth taking actually. It's a scalp worth taking. This is H3. But otherwise, we have to wait for price to come to the top, see if we get a reaction, then look for sales. So H2. Okay, H2 more or less the same thing. Let's just start applying this low here. This is I'll confirm if it's today's low so that we'll see if it will act like a flip zone, flip zone, flip zone. Yeah. Okay, so my reasoning for a scalp, why I would love to scalp this to this area is, okay, so from this particular range which we are in, price came back up, right, set a peak, then started dropping. So we have a high here, lower high, lower low, almost equal or lower high here. So I would love them to create like equal lows or a lower low, maybe back into this zone before they actually push back up here to complete this range. So these are just like trade ideas of what I'm anticipating to happen. So either to play that way or to do something else. So for me to take the sell, I want to see price coming towards today's lows confirmation. Let's see. Yeah, so that's today's lows. Okay. So at the same time, 200 EMA interaction, 200 EMA interaction. Could they come with a stop hunt to take out this liquidity, hit the 200 EMA again, then come down, then come up? These are all probabilities and possibilities. So the reason we like to have these probabilities is because when price plays out that way, we are able to act because we already know what to anticipate. Like, for example, if we see price coming up here and we get a rejection candle, either inverted hammer, a doji, double RR candle, any type of familiar candlesticks here, that will actually show us that they're actually respecting this 200 EMA and we can still get a scalp. So I don't want to hold the sales for too long for now, since we are in this tight range. We're not sure what price might do. So we'll definitely keep an eye on those levels and keep an eye on today's lows. So you want to also check the price action, which happens as price is coming to that level. Because sometimes they take it out slightly, then pull back up, or they might actually just take this liquidity and pull up. You get it? So those are all the things you just need to anticipate, then wait for price to show you its hand. So M30, this is the price action for a sell 50 level here. So this is what we're going to do. This is scalp trade. Let's have a runner. So I'll explain a runner on this session. A runner is a trade we open like this. It's a trade we open in anticipation of a move. So remember, saying price can still come up here, either to break to go lower or to come to take liquidity. So if we come here, we're going to get about 17 to 20 pips. Excuse me. So for me, again, that's a trade worth taking. So when they get here, if they do come down, I want to see how they're going to get down there in terms of price action or patterns. We can see we've got a level here. Okay, we've got a level there. Price can potentially fill. So, okay, within today's price action, okay, I'll remove this. So within today's price action, where did the price open? Price opened here, right? Then started pushing down, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, until here. Then this high now came, took out the liquidity here. So it's either they want to set up price intraday to push up, maybe to this level or to yesterday's highs, or they want to come break this zone. So if this zone is broken or this order block is broken, actually I'll start with this one because I just noticed this one here. So if we break here, I think I'll add on to myself. That's when you start scaling in. So I want price to break this order block here. If we do get a break here, then I'm looking for a scalp sell. My stop loss would be trying to check. Okay, I can get it. But anyways, my stop loss is outside this range, the current range we have right now. So break here, I'm looking for scale in. So it's a break, a retracement, then I scale in, targeting these lows here. That is intraday. So basically, this is my approach to the market because I'm anticipating what could happen and acting upon it. So if we do come back up outside the range, then I'll know I'm wrong, right? Then I will cut my trade or it will hit stop loss. So this is also a broken order block there. That's why my stop loss is outside this range. That's where I'll put my stop loss. Looking forward for price to melt down. The moving average for now, we're not really using them because they're all in the same place, which shows that price is sort of consolidating or choppy. So hopefully we'll get a good breakout maybe sometime during the day. We'll see. But for now, that's our current setup. That's our current setup. C5 coming into the zone. C1 coming into the zone. So the C5. Possible sales. Okay, I'm not sure if you can hear me. Okay, thank you for joining. I've also recorded this session. So I currently have one sell position on C5. I sold right here. And I'm just looking for a quick trade for possibly price to come into this area. My stop loss is here. That's a scalp trade. C500. I'm looking for a reaction in this area here around yesterday's highs. Around yesterday's highs, that's where I'm looking for a reaction. Once we get a reversal here, if we get a candle showing us that prices are reversing, we're going to sell. C5, if we break here and retrace, we're going to sell again here. And take profit on today's lows or on yesterday's lows. Okay, B5, 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 B5. There is a potential we can complete. Price can still push up, but B5 sometimes it drags when it moves. But I'll be looking for buys on this one. Okay, I'll be looking for buys. Price can potentially come back down to this area here. Okay, so that's H4. Anyway, in this area here, I might be looking for buys. Anyway, in that area, I'll be looking for buys. Let me remove this one. Okay, if we do come down, I'll be looking for buys, but even somewhere at current market price here, let's just see the price action. Okay, with this price action, I'm going to change. Okay, I've got a point of interest here. Point of interest here. Then I've got point of interest there. Okay, so for B5, if we get any reaction in this area here, maybe like a V pattern type, I'll be looking for buys. There might be a possibility that the pattern might appear here. So if I get any reaction here, I'll take buys, take profit on today's highs. If they break the level and come to these bottom areas, I'll also be looking for buys from those areas. So that's my current view on B5. Let's check M15. Okay, M15, we might get a reaction on the 200 on the 800 EMA like we did yesterday here. So yeah, I'll be waiting for price anyway from 46.70. Once we get to 46.70 up until 46.40, that area there is a point of interest. So we wait for a pattern to form around those areas. Then we are going to take a buy. Okay, C5 just spiked. I think I missed re-entry here. Let me see how fast it moved. Okay, I only had one position here. Just check my phone. Okay, we've moved almost 10 pips. Okay, let's see. This is a good shift candle, so we could potentially get spikes breaking today's lows. Let's see. I'm looking for a reason to scale in on C500. I want to scale in on it. So the first reason for a scaling right now would be to wait for a retracement into this area, but they might also break here. It depends with the momentum they have. Let's see M5. Because at the moment, like I said earlier, we took out this liquidity, right? We've broken an order block here with a huge shift candle. We're trading below all the moving averages. We are below the 50. So Sells right now would be the best trade to take. So I think I'll scale in. We'll scale in another sell here. This is just based on looking at price and seeing how it's moving. So I would say this sell we can potentially get to yesterday's lows. 38.20, 38.20 is possible. All right, H1 is also about to close. Okay, so this could be our trade right now. Price could actually push down. Okay, depending with how H1 closes, right? We might push down to break yesterday's lows, which is around 38.20. So I would say 38.20 for now is the target. So we've got, if you're entering at current market price, there is a 27 pip range, which can be targeted as a take profit. But we also want to see a solid break here, maybe another retest. But for now, 38.20 is the take profit. We are also looking to have a sell limit. Okay, just confirming price action here. We're going to have a sell limit on 38. Okay, so we just spiked, I think. But let's have a sell limit on 38.52. 38.50, 52, yeah. Sell limit 38.52. $38.52 sell limit. So if you entered with me right here, it's around 38.47. We are targeting 38.20. Or let's rather target 38.20, 25. The 38.25 is the TP, right? So we've got a 20 pip range. So with this 20 pip range, if you're using 0.20 times 20 pips, the trade will pay you $4. If you're using 0.30 times 20 pips, the trade will pay $6. If you're using 0.50, this trade will pay $10. If you're using one lot size, the trade will pay 200. Is it 200 or is it 20? I think the wrong things here. The trade will pay 20. Then if you use 10 lot size times the 20 pips, then the trade will play out 200. So this particular setup is a scalp trade for now. Why we are saying it's a scalp trade is because C5 is sort of in a range here, like you see we mark the top parts, bottom parts. So even H4 we are in a range, right? So from earlier we say price can potentially come here then sell, or they can come here then buy to sell. So if we break this low or today's lows, we are looking forward for the 20 pip move. Then maybe they might still come back up. Then we might look for sells a bit later. But for now, this is a low probability trade. Our target is only 20 pips just because of what we're seeing. There's not much momentum here at the moment. So I think that's it for C5. B5, we already spoke about it. B1000, we might get buys. Yesterday, I was anticipating them to come hit these highs here on H4. They can still come there. So today, what I'm looking for is just points of interest for me to actually buy. So switch to a line charts just to check out these levels here. Okay, let's see. So I'll be looking forward to buy if we come above 12,820 from 12,820. I'll be looking forward for buys, and the take profit is open from here. If price comes up here and we get a close above that zone there, which is on 12,820, once price gets to that area and we get a close above that area, I'm looking for buys and the take profit is open. You can aim for yesterday's highs, which is still a good number of pips, or you can aim for the next high, which is available. So my point of interest would be here. I'm not sure where they want to react. So they can come as low as here. Excuse me, they can come as low as yesterday's zones before they buy. But I'm saying soon as they start buying, once we close above this area, I'll be looking forward to actually buy and hold. That will be my zone there. So I think that's it from me. I've looked at C1. C1 is currently in our point of interest. So we are waiting for price to react on the zone to show us that this is a strong zone for us to sell from. So if we get a good reaction here, we're going to sell. I'll share the signal in the group. C5, we are in it right now. So we'll see if we can get a retracement here. But yes, for now, C5 is our trade. I'm looking forward for price to come to around 38.20, 38.25. If we can get 20 pips off this trade, that'll be a good amount of pips. B5, we're still waiting for it to come to the point of interest. B1, we're still also waiting for it to actually reject, then show us that it wants to buy. Soon as we break 12,820, we will be in on longs. So I don't know if there's any questions based on what I've explained. These are just personal views. You know, price can do anything. But whenever I execute trades, I'll share the signals on the Telegram group. If there is no questions, I think that's it for me. I recorded this session, so if you missed the first part, I'll just send it into the Telegram group. Then you guys can watch it during your own time. So if there's no questions, thank you guys for joining. Have a good one.